What is going on, guys? How is it going? We have Miles Morales The Ultimate Spider-Man issue 7 finally, and it is as awesome as ever. But first I just want to get something out of the way, you know, just kind of knock it off the table. Some of you guys are actually telling me that this issue had already been released like a week ago and 2 weeks ago and stuff like that, when actually it hadn't. It had only just come out today. But one thing that I just want to get out of the way is the fact that on the Marvel website, because we're in the run up to Christmas and it's getting to like that Christmas time of year where comics aren't getting that made that much because of the Christmas holidays and stuff, the Marvel website does get the dates a little bit mixed up. So a good example is Spider-Verse Team Up issue 4. We haven't even had issue 2 or issue 3 yet, but it's telling us that issue 4 comes out next week. You see what I mean? So that date isn't true. So most of the time, if you just want to ask me, or I'll announce it in this video. So for example, the next issue of Miles Morales The Ultimate Spider-Man, so issue 8, actually releases on the 3rd of December. Yeah, so I'm saying it now, the next issue of this comic releases on the 3rd of December. So if any of you guys ask me in the comments, I swear to God. But yeah, so I'll leave a link in the description as well to that comic, just to prove to you that it does. But yeah, and also I just want to announce that I'm actually doing a giveaway for this issue. So what I want you guys to answer to win the giveaway is, what do you think Miles' father is going to say to him? Do you think he's going to be proud of him? Do you think something's going to, there's going to be a fight between them? Do you think there's going to be a disagreement? Let me know in the comment section below, and of course, you guys won't understand this question until the end of the comic, so watch this video first, then answer the question, I suppose. But yeah, so I'll reveal the winner in Miles Morales The Ultimate Spider-Man issue 8, which is the next issue, and yeah, let's get to the comic. Alright, so to kick off this issue, it actually starts with Miles Morales talking to the Green Goblin, and it's basically starting just where the last issue ended, with Norman Osborn telling him that if he wants to find out more about his father, then he's got to swing him out of there alive and uncaptured and stuff like that. And it kind of leads us to question whether Norman Osborn is actually Miles' father, or like whether his dad is actually his dad and stuff like that. And we just have Peter Parker stood at the back there, and yeah, all of a sudden Norman just turns into Green Goblin and shouts, "I am your father." Now guys, I want to stress this as much as possible. Norman Osborn is not actually Miles Morales' father. When he says that he's his father, he means that he created Spider-Man. He created Miles Morales to be Spider-Man, technically. So that's what Norman Osborn meant. He didn't literally mean that he is Miles' father. But there you go. Norman Osborn, well, Green Goblin I'm going to call him now, just blasts Miles Morales and Peter Parker out of the way. They both go flying. And what is absolutely awesome is that Miles has that Venom sting, which pretty much renders Green Goblin absolutely powerless. And Green Goblin actually becomes scared of Miles, which is just freaking insane to think that this huge beast of a monster is frightened of some 14 or 15-year-old kid or whatever Miles is now. I think he's 14, isn't he? He's 14, yeah. And obviously he's trying to get away, and he like jumps up, flies away, whatever, and then there's just this awesome moment and like really like connecting moment between Miles and Peter, where Peter actually throws his web shooters to Miles. Miles puts them on his wrist and then swings after Green Goblin, which is just insanely, amazingly ultimate. It's just so interesting to see. I just hit my mouth on my mic. Ow. But yeah, so we have Miles absolutely kicking the crap out of Green Goblin, and obviously he's using his Venom Blast like never before, using his web shooters to his advantage, pulling himself back to Green Goblin and then hitting him in the face 4 more times, or however many times he does. And Peter and Maria Hill are just looking by, like observing and just being like, whoa, Miles is going hammer lamb. But here you actually think that he's dead. You actually think that Norman Osborn is dead, and then out of the blue he just transforms back into Green Goblin, grabs Miles by the neck, and of course Peter jumps in there and punches him straight in the face. And I think this is truly where Peter Parker and Miles fully team up together, as if they're like working side by side to take down one of their most famous villains. And they actually work together really well. There's actually a page here where they both use the one web shooter that they've got, and They both just web Goblin, drag him towards them, both just punch him clean in the face. And there's something really strange about Green Goblin / Norman Osborn. He just seems to never give up, which he like keeps turning back into the Green Goblin. But this final time that they punched him down, as you can see there, he's lay on the floor completely out of it. And I think they actually killed him here. I am not entirely sure. Maria Hill actually does blast a few more bullets into his body and then burns him alive, or, well, burns him dead, I suppose. But then, of course, Miles and Peter and Gwen and Aunt May and Mary Jane all have to get out of there, but to a safe place. And they actually go to that famous warehouse from the Ultimate Spider-Man comics where Mary Jane and Peter always used to go. Peter finally gives his web shooters back to Miles as sort of like a blessing, even though Miles never really needed his blessing because he kind of always had it technically. But Peter is saying how he is going to go away and find out where he came from alone, and maybe he'll come back one day, and Miles is the proper Spider-Man from now on. So Miles is the full-on Ultimate Spider-Man from now on. But one thing that's really interesting is that Peter said that he may return one day. So I hope to God that it's in some kind of major Ultimate event. Maybe when the Ultimate Universe is apparently ending. But then for the best part of the comic, we actually go over to Kate Bishop, aka Miles' girlfriend, and we find out why she is acting really weird and why she's upset. And it actually turns out that her parents and her family in general are actually working for Hydra. And in case you don't know, S.H.I.E.L.D. actually did turn out to be Hydra, by the way. So that's really interesting. But moving on to Peter and MJ, it turns out that Peter isn't actually going away to find out where he came from. He's actually running away with Mary Jane to live a normal life and stuff like that. And they actually steal Mary Jane's mum's car to do that, and they're actually going to a place where no one will ever find them apparently. But one thing that I absolutely love about this is the fact that it means that a Peter Parker and a Mary Jane finally have a happy ending in the comics. About time as well, by the way. And not the 616 universe I kind of don't like, but the Ultimate Universe, they were always the best couple out of all comics. It was just so awesome. But yeah, going over to one of the most crucial parts of this comic, we actually have Miles' dad finally come back out of hiding, or wherever he's been. He's actually come back to Miles, and of course, Miles actually revealed to his dad that he was Spider-Man during the Cataclysm in Miles Morales, like Ultimate Spider-Man issue 30, I think it was, during the Cataclysm. Well, back then it was actually called All New Spider-Man Miles Morales. But yeah, so what do you guys think is going to happen with that? Holy crap, I so hope to God that him and his dad get along. It seems that his dad has kind of come to terms and he's seen what kind of a person his son is, like to say that he's Spider-Man stuff, and I cannot wait to find out what happens. But I'm even more interested in what's going to happen with Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Now, like, Mary Jane is like, I thought she's kind of more of a key role in Ultimate Spider-Man than Mary Jane is in the 616 universe, so that's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. But what about Kate Bishop as well? Like, obviously she's very upset. It's like, I suppose it's like living in like a religious family, like, you know, like you have to obey certain things and stuff like that, except for this, they're like evil Hail Hydra, like a family, if you get what I mean. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think about that as well. One thing that I just want to really quickly bring to your attention is that after the Spider-Verse ends in January, I am actually thinking about reviewing every single Ultimate Spider-Man issue, so all the way from issue 1 all the way up to issue 130. It's going to take time to do it, obviously, and it's going to take many videos. It's going to take more than 130 videos to get this done, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about that as well, and if you guys would actually like to see that, because if you think about it, you will basically know everything about Ultimate Spider-Man once I have done them reviews. But I'm just thinking about it at the minute, but if I am going to do it, I'm going to do it after the Spider-Verse ends so that I can actually have time to do it and stuff. But let me know what you guys think about that. Don't forget about the giveaway, like the question and stuff. Tell me what you guys think is going to happen with Miles' dad. And of course, let me know what you think in the comments just about this issue in general. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. So much happened, and just so many questions answered yet still unanswered. Try and get as many likes on this video as possible, guys. This is one of the best issues in my opinion. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more, and I will see you guys in my next video.